Story time tonight, of course, is going to be all about a story that has been written by kids, and of course, it's for kids. And so I can't wait to share yet another one of these tales. And tonight, it's going to be It's Raining Burritos. And It's Raining Burritos was created at a workshop called Start a Story. It's a group story building activity I run regularly, and we get classrooms of kids, scouts and guides, troops, and we all build our story together. We share our ideas. We share all of our ideas. We work together to vote on our favorites to include in the story. And then we even have a couple of breaks to do art as well to create our story. Now, when we create these special limited edition books that come with these Start a Story workshops, we get the cover art done. We get the author photo on the back. You can see this was done by a large class of children. And we get their story through the pages written thusly. But what's missing is the art. We're missing the art from all of the pages because we want the children's creativity to continue. So while I read this story tonight, I want you guys to use the best tool that you have in your whole house for listening to stories. And that tool is your imagination. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to imagine what all these silly creatures and different worlds that we travel to in this story all look like. And if you don't feel like doing that, that's cool too. You can just actually look at me and my giant head and my silly face, and you can enjoy the story that way as well. But what I don't want you to forget, and I'm going to hang out a little bit after we finish the story, and we can, hey, you can ask me and tell me your favorite part of the story. You can ask me some questions. You can give me some requests, whatever you like. But one of the things I don't want for you to forget is that you can head to timholmes.com anytime you like and go to the free activity download section. And there you're going to find all sorts of crafts and worksheets to start building your very own stories. And I hope that at some point over the next few weeks, you decide to write a story, build a story, send it to me. And if you do share that story with me, I would love to share it in a future bedtime story event. So without further ado, our story this evening, it's called It's Raining Burritos. Let's check this out. It was lunch on Mars, and 101 alien bellies were going gurgle, gurgle, grumble, gurgle, gurgle, grumble. They decided to go to the burrito dimension, since it was their favorite place to eat. Cuckoo the Choo-Choo, the alien space train, he pulled up beside them with his eyes crossed and its tongue wagging. Cuckoo, you're so crazy, the aliens laughed as they boarded the red space train. Cuckoo the Choo-Choo flew faster than light speed to burst into the burrito dimension. Now, the aliens landed on their favorite planet, which they thought was warmer than normal. The storm clouds came and rained burritos down onto the 101 aliens. They gobbled them up. Oh, excuse me. The aliens noticed the burritos, they were a little too hot, way too spicy. So not one of them had thought to bring water. They all turned to run back to Cuckoo the Choo-Choo, but a giant chicken nugget stood there blocking their way. Thieves, stealing my spicy burritos, said the giant chicken nugget in a booming voice. Yeah, you tell him, boss, said a small package of sweet and sour sauce in its itty-bitty little voice. The aliens' tongues were hanging out, and some of them were breathing fire. And the alien said, they're not your burritos. They belong to everyone on the planet. Only until I scare them away, said the giant chicken nugget. Yeah, boss, or we just put them in jail, said the sweet and sour sauce. A large, round, bubblegum monster came along and pointed a huge, sticky hand at the giant chicken nugget. I told you before, Nugget. You need to pick on someone your own size. The giant chicken nugget, it ran away, and the sauce, calling after him, ran too. Wait for me, boss, wait for me. The 101 aliens thanked the bubblegum monster and boarded Cuckoo the Choo-Choo. As soon as they left the planet, an asteroid field blocked the way. Cuckoo, he couldn't move very quickly because all of the asteroids were in his way, and the aliens' mouths, they were still hot with fire and spicy burrito sauce. Desperate as they were, the aliens hurled some of the hot, fiery coal from Cuckoo's engine at the asteroids. The asteroids exploded, and Cuckoo sped off to the water dimension. Cuckoo the Choo-Choo took them to the nearest planet in the water dimension, but he didn't see the wall of ice blocking their way to the planet's surface. The train, it crashed, and it slid sideways along the ice. The aliens all leaned out the windows with their hot, spicy tongues, and they licked the ice wall. Ugh, gross. It was cold and soothing, though. Now, part of the wall melted, and the train fell through. When they landed on the planet that was mostly made of water, all 101 aliens poured out of Cuckoo and began to drink the ridiculously slurpy way that aliens do when they're thirsty. Slork, slork, slork. That's when they saw the beautiful octopuses coming to meet them. They stopped slurping so ridiculously. When the aliens had enough to drink, the octopuses decided that they liked their new friends so much that they'd play guitars and sing to them. The aliens, they liked that about them. When the music and singing the octopuses did was so beautiful, the aliens got excited and fireworks shot out of their antennae. The octopuses, they liked that about them. Now the sun began to set on the water planet, and the aliens and the octopuses began to figure out how much they liked each other. And they cuddled up to watch the sky fill up with amazing colors. Each alien hugged an octopus, and each octopus hugged an alien. The next day, everything was different and wonderful. The end. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was It's Raining Burritos, which I affectionately call my alien love story. This was written by a group of children that were in grade 2 to 4, I think, and this took place in a Start a Story workshop at Leaps and Bounds Daycare in Arnprior, a little more than a year ago or something like that. So these are crazy ideas all came together, and the team worked together, and we had crazy, silly stuff, and we had a really sweet ending too, I think. So that is the amazing stuff that can happen when we share our ideas, combine our ideas, and end up making something wonderful together. And that's something I kind of want to do with you guys next week. So what I want to do this week, we have a couple more story times set up. I'm going to see you again tomorrow night at 7 and this Saturday at 7 as well. But I'd really love for us to do something different next week. I want to build stories with you. I really, really miss doing Start a Story workshop. And because we're all staying home and staying safe, we can't do that right now. And so I kind of want to try to do it through Facebook Live. So here's the plan, ladies and gentlemen. If you're up for this, if you think you've got an imagination big enough that it won't fit in your head, I invite you to join with me on Facebook Live. We're going to start day 1 of 3 is going to start Sunday at 10 a.m. Now, if you don't make that, the video will still be up and you can still follow along and get some of the ideas and figure out what's going on. But I'd love to see you all live at 10 a.m. and we will spend about 30 to 40 minutes together and we will gather all of our ideas. We're all going to work on the same story starter. We're all going to work on the same nugget of an idea, and each of us are all going to build our very own unique story based on that. So we'll gather all of our ideas on Sunday morning. Then on Monday morning at 10 a.m., I'd love for us to, especially if you guys are doing school with your parents, your grandparents, your adults, if you guys could fit that in, that little 30 to 40 minutes at 10 a.m. on Monday, that would be really cool, because on Monday, what we're going to do is organize all the ideas we came up with on Sunday. And then we're going to give it a couple of days so you get some time to work on your words and get them just right. And on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. on Facebook Live, we're going to talk about the different ways and the different art that might be appropriate for your stories and the number of different ways. You don't always have to draw. You'll remember, some of you, that I am an author, of course, of my own books, Peanut Butter and Dragon, Splash Fin Toothy Grin, and of course my newest one, The Reno Buzz. And these books, the art in these guys is all done with photography, Photoshop, and collaging. And so there's so many different ways that you can add art to your own book when you come up with the ideas. I'd love to share some of those ideas with you. Now, if we're able to make this work, because this is an experiment, I don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? But we're going to have a lot of fun. That's the bottom line. But if anyone gets their story close to finished or totally finished by the end of the week, next Saturday's story time, I would love, after we build this story together next week, I would love the story time next Saturday night at 7 p.m. I would love for that to be where we get to share all the stories that were made that week. I think that would be really, really cool. What do you guys think? Did you guys like the burrito story? Show me in the comments if you do, and tell me your favorite part. Anybody got any questions? Fire them away at me. I see a couple of people chatting in here right now. We've got somebody who says, Cuckoo the Choo Choo and I could be good friends. Yeah, probably. Cuckoo the Choo Choo is a little nutso. He was kind of think like Thomas the Tank Engine, but if he bumped into a number of other cars a whole lot. That's kind of what Cuckoo the Choo Choo is. Yeah, and somebody else really wants to go to the burrito dimension too. I guess somebody's got the munchies. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's awesome. Well, listen, guys. Again, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night for story time at 7 p.m., where we will celebrate more young authors, and we'll have another Start a Story limited edition story to read to you. Something you're never going to find anywhere else but here with Tim Holmes, and as a result of the Start a Story workshop here. And we've got Miss Rainbows loved the happy ending. Yes. There were many Miss Rainbows in this class that built this story, and they had to fight hard to get their vote in for that particular ending. There was another ending. It was going to go in a totally different direction. But yeah, I liked that sweet fall in love ending too. It was good. Miss Rainbows, you got good taste. All right, guys. Listen, I'll see you tomorrow night, and hopefully I'll see you on Sunday morning to start our adventure building stories together. It's time for me to go read a bedtime story to my own boys, Malcolm and Cooper. Listen, if you love what happened tonight, guys, please support me by telling 3 friends that don't know anything about me. Tell them about timholmes.com. Tell them about the free download activities in the download section on the website. And heck, you can even go to timholmes.com, click on the menu, go to the bookshop. If you haven't picked up Peanut Butter and Dragon or any of my other books, by all means, make a purchase there. You can get them mailed directly to you and get them autographed any way you like. Guys, have a great night. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. See you later.